Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, here comes Jamie. Hello, Jamie.
Hello,
Oh,
hello.
there's
That was
hello,
wow.
hello.
That was fast. Hello, hello. Happy Friday, January 20th. We are here. We are live, and it's Friday.
Yay.
How are you, Wendy?
I'm trying this background out. What do you think?
I like
Whoa.
it. You always every time it's something new. I love it. It's always like I have to find the changes. Well, today the change is right there in the background.
I had my logo up there from my other lives. That's why I went live on Saturday with no sound because I mute my laptop over here as my backup for this, and I was distraught because it was my mom's birthday, and I went live. I pushed the go live button. At least I did that. But the microphone, you can see me going. You can watch it. It's there. I should do a voiceover.
I'm trying to
Oh,
read what it says in the corner there. It's kind of small on my phone, but I see it says the something. What does it say there?
oh, the wise way, longevity, success simplified system for frustrated, feel old folk to become happier, healthier humans with energy and enjoy energy for life.
There it is. Got
Yeah.
it.
I'm all about the happier, healthier humans, right?
Happier, healthier
Happier,
humans. Paying attention.
healthier humans. I even wrote my own jingle. I mean, I didn't even write it. It just came out of me like.
How does the jingle go again? Happier, healthier humans.
Haven't you watched any of my videos ever?
I have, but I feel like I feel like it changed. I don't know. I feel like the tone is different or whatnot. But
No,
yes,
it
I know
is.
what you're.
It's always different because I'm different every minute of every day, right? Aren't you? I mean,
Yep,
hello, hello,
that's true.
hello, happier, healthier humans. If it was Wednesday, it would be Wonderful Wellness Wednesday, Wise with Wendy. I think it's the glasses. What do you think? Is it the background?
I love it.
I just
If
sent the
you,
link to a whole bunch of people. I sent it to the Hotness Unleashers and the Golden Unicorns and a bunch of people in my messaging, and we'll see if anybody shows up. I'm not looking at the comments, so let's see if there's any chat. Oh, look, there I am. I'm live. Can I just push it and it'll click to join live?
there you
All
go.
right. Then I'll see how many people are watching or if any. And we'll go from there. It's
That's
nice to
right.
see you, Jamie.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And there's our first comment, Lisa or Liza. I apologize if I don't pronounce the first name right. Liza Fontalera. Cool classes, Wendy.
Why,
Yes.
thank you. Liza, would you like to join us on screen briefly or for the whole thing? Sometimes people think they're coming on briefly and they end up staying
Right.
because we just
All right.
have so much fun. It's a social shindig.
Yes. I'm looking at
Yay.
you. I'm looking at you, Hotness Unleashers group. Okay. You know who I'm talking to. There's a bunch of you.
There's
Push.
4 people, 5 people now with if somebody joined.
Okay. Okay. Push that link if you're Hotness Unleasher. Jump on in. Wendy sent the message. I know you all saw it. We need some people on here. We need some more hotness on here. Come and
That's how
join us.
Lynn ended up here that one time, right? She just hit it. Oh, whoa, look where it took me. Here I am.
That's right. It's like you push the button and you end up in a new world, the Yay Day world. It's just you push the button and you're there, and that's it. And then all you gotta do is say hi. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
I was exhausted a minute ago. I was trying to finish the slides. I ended up with more slides than I thought I'd make. But I was just sitting there and I was like, oh man. And then I was like, oh, look what time it is. I was dragging and, I had to duplicate myself so that I could make it. Now, you'd think that some of you folks could make it too. Maybe. Come on. Come on.
There you are.
Come on.
See,
Come on. There's room for you. See?
there's definitely room for you. If Wendy can show up twice at the same time, there's room for one of you. Okay, so come and join us. Just reach into that toolbox of yours, tame that tension. And speaking of all those things, Wendy, take it away. Tension taming toolbox. Tension taming toolbox. Tension taming toolbox. Wonder what's inside.
I was exhausted too. You can come on without your video. You don't have to turn the video on. I'm going to send you the link.
Yes. Liza,
Let's
you're
see.
watching us. Come back. You
I
just
think it's the heart. I have so much heart now that I can't see
yes.
what I'm doing.
You just got done walking, Liza. You just got a good workout in. You're feeling exhausted. What better way than just relax and just throw on the camera, come on and say hi to everybody and have some fun with us and tell us about your workout and how many steps you did. Tell us about how many steps you've done today. I want to hear how many steps you've walked.
Were you walking the dog or were you just walking yourself? And what was the weather like?
Yeah, that's true because the weather out here in Illinois is it's not too bad actually. It's not no snow. They said this is one of the milder winters in a long time out here, which I'm happy with because I'm not a snow guy. I don't like the snow. So you probably heard me before on the call. No snow. Stay away, far away.
No snow.
No
Oh,
snow.
the link didn't record it. Oh, pain. What a pain. Technology sometimes, right?
What happened? What happened?
Stuff. What happened? This morning when I was making my post about the trees, that was a collage from my Facebook gallery with trees. And then suddenly I wrote this too. In my head, I see the log lady from Twin Peaks. Remember that TV show way back in the 90s? And meanwhile, I'm
Yeah.
hearing the theme to Ren and Stimpy. Log, log, the theme to
Oh
the
wow.
commercial in Ren and
Yes.
Stimpy. It's not the Ren and Stimpy theme, but
Yes.
log, log, it's thick, it's heavy, it's wood. Log, log, it's better than bad, it's good.
I remember that. I remember. Wow, Ren and Stimpy. But yes, when you started talking about the theme, I started thinking about the guitar. Where it's like boop 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 boop
Nice
boop.
madness. That's what this background is.
Yes. Gee, Ren.
Oh,
Hey, Stimpy.
no. Oh
Let's.
no, I just threw my glasses.
Uh-oh,
Who's
we got
this?
some comments.
Akuba Jada.
Yes.
Yay, there's people here. Hello, we have 11. 11 is a magical number. That's what it says. LA, she's in LA. Nobody walks in LA.
No.
Speaking of songs.
Yankuba is coming all the way from the Gambia, the smiling coast of West Africa.
Wow.
Wow. Welcome from Africa.
Awesome.
Thank you for checking us out. And yes, Liza, it's 50 degrees is cold out in LA, then you don't want to know what it's out here. But that's probably cold for LA. Yes, I'm sure it is. But I would take 50 any day this time of year.
I'm happy we had sunshine today. It was gorgeous. No rain.
Yes, and speaking of sunshine and songs, I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Yay.
When it's cold outside, you're like Liza in LA.
Go, Jamie, go, Jamie, go. Yay. All right. That was lovely. I love that.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed that.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
let's go to the park. Let's go to the park. We're going to start the slideshow shout outs with my meme theme last week, Saturday in the park. To catch the squirrel, one must become the squirrel. Max tries to climb trees and be like this dog.
I love it. I love it.
That's
To be
part
the
of Yay
squirrel,
Day.
you must become the squirrel. Yes, you must think like the squirrel because the squirrel
Yay
is
Day.
Yay Day.
To be
Yes.
yay, you must become the yay.
I love it. I love it. You must become the yay.
The yay.
Become the yay. Yes. I love it.
Do you know how you become the yay? Do you remember? All right, we're going to yay. Put your arms up in the yay because here comes Sandra J. Yay!
All right. Sandra is in the house. Hello, hello.
This is my after work here.
I love it. I love it. Wow, this is great.
Guess what time it is?
Game
Who
time.
doesn't care?
Nope, it's wine o'clock.
Wine?
Oh, wow.
It's not wine 30?
That's good.
It's wine o'clock somewhere.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, Sandra, what wine are you drinking? Are you drinking wine right now? Red, white? What are you drinking?
I only drink red because it's has the least insulin issue. Like again, with health, I do whatever is the most healthy, even if it's bad. But because I don't drink coffee and I don't eat desserts and I don't smoke and I don't do drugs, I like my wine. I'm just saying. So that's my past. That's my thing. So, that's what I do. But
wine.
Fair enough.
I don't drink sodas. I only drink, the only soda I have is called Topo Chico, which is one of the best mineral waters in the entire world. It's so good. It's so delicious. Even though it's mineral water, I love it. So I drink filtered water, Topo Chico, red wine, special occasions, Prosecco or champagne, depending on the occasion. Prosecco is much cheaper, so I do love my Prosecco. I like to be a budget girl. But that's my stuff.
Hey, you're making me look bad as I got my Mountain Dew here and I had some chicken nuggets today and wow, geez, I'm not the healthiest person in the world, but I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't drink really, very small in succession. So, but yeah, definitely not healthy like you, Sandra. That's for sure.
You go to my head like the bubbles in a glass of champagne.
I am really strict with myself. I'm not strict with my clients because not everybody is like me. So I believe that if you feel good, you have energy, and you look good, Jamie, just saying. Jamie's gone now.
Oops. Something happened. You couldn't have planned that any better, right? To just poof there, that phrase.
I don't like telling people what to do, but get out.
But poof, it's like, did you wiggle your nose?
I don't know what just happened. That was weird. I heard what you said. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. That was really weird.
Oh, I was just saying, I don't like to tell people what to do, but Jamie, get out, and you got out. No, I'm just kidding.
The magic. You snapped something you did. I don't know what happened. It's
above you anymore.
I didn't realize how powerful I was.
His eating choices, he had to lower himself on the screen, I guess. I don't know.
I love it though. That's good though. That's good that you keep that lifestyle, and it's good. You still take the time to enjoy things here and there that you want, right? Like the wine you're having today. So there you go. And is that straw? I love it. There you go.
Can you guess what I just ate?
What did you eat?
Popcorn.
Oh, yeah, popcorn.
Oh gosh, man! You're making me want like the movie theater popcorn right now, which is super unhealthy.
No, mine had light olive oil, light garlic olive oil,
okay,
and some, like seasoning sprinkles. No
what
microwave popcorn, no nasty movie theater quote unquote butter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put in half of the popcorn, fill it with the movie theater butter, and then put the other half in and fill it up. Yeah, it's a little much.
Is Sandra frozen now? Oh, wait.
I'm frozen. I'm like, I was gonna because they're gonna be upset because my snack is raw unsalted cashews.
Again,
that makes people mad.
Why?
Because it's healthy.
They're delicious.
Yeah, they are really good. But I have to say something. Before I gave up sugar years ago, these would taste like sawdust.
Yeah, exactly. It's because your taste buds. But we know. Jamie doesn't know yet.
Sugar, I honestly, I used to drink Coke every day. And then I went down to half a can of Coke, and my husband and I would share half a can of Coke because I loved Coke. I really did. But when I started reading about what they do to your body, I was like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, the more you learn.
When you give up sugar, you can taste things.
Yeah.
Like raw unsalted nuts. It was like, are you kidding? Now I love them. It's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a weird, I think a lot of things in life, can be bad for you, right? There's a lot of things that could be bad for you. Even if you have it once, right? But you're right. There's still a lot of things that are good for you too, like just changing the mindset. But yeah, yes, definitely Yes, the worst is cherry Coke. Let me tell you right now. That's the worst.
Oh, I
Okay,
used to like that. I did.
that's
I
got
used
the
to
most
like it.
sugar
I
in it, so
wouldn't be
that's the
able to
worst.
drink it now, but I really liked that. I did. The cherry Coke.
So
But
did you guys hear today that what was it? Tickets for Madonna went on sale today. And
$1,000.
oh, they were expensive. I mean, I was trying to get a cheap ticket just for the heck of it if I could, but they just like sold fast. But I guess she's going back on tour to celebrate 4 decades of hits. That's a long time. 40 years of music.
I love
I don't,
it.
I don't know how she's gonna do it. I mean, how old is Madonna? How old is Madonna now? She's got to be at least like I don't know,
She is
70,
she's
70 maybe?
No. She is 65
Something
or 6. Yeah. Mid-60s.
crazy. Yeah, so she's heading
Really?
back
She's
on
that much
tour,
older than
and
me? I didn't realize that. Thinking.
Yeah. I thought she was actually no, because I know she's older than I am, and yes, I think she's my sister's age. Like I can't remember the year, but I'm gonna Google that.
I'm gonna go ogle Madonna.
Google, you do
64, 64.
You
just
had to go ogle her before me.
no, this
Yeah,
one, Fontelera. She says she's 65, so she must have Googled her. Yeah, that's about right.
64.
It says 64.
64,
I
yeah.
can't see it.
Listen, we were at the same. It's like mid-60s, you know.
Yeah,
But,
all I know is with Madonna, she was like a virgin touched for the very first time. But I mean, other than that, I don't really, know too much about her.
Okay, let's get up that page.
I love her. I grew up with Madonna, so she really.
Ciccone, Ms. Ciccone, Sonic Youth did Ciccone Youth. You don't know that? Any punk rockers?
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes, and what's his name? Madonna. When Madonna calls the DJ, when Madonna calls, tell her I'm not dead or something. It's a great sample. I'll have to find that and play it for you sometime. Anyhow, speaking of gifted people, let's do my next slide. There was a wonderful video by the very hilarious Chris Bogue, but it was a little more serious about being gifted. And did it mess you up a little bit? Because, that messed me up. And he was shouting out his connection, Sandra Bean. And I was like, yeah, I'm one of those underachiever, gifted kid train wrecks that, we weren't taught how to deal with that. And almost too much talent to be contained. You're the monkey. I'm like, whoa, you can tell. I'm like, wow. My brother was a genius and had a lot of problems all his life growing up because it's just on another level. And it's something to think about. These talented people, that's part of why many of them don't make it past 23, right? It's a lot to handle when you're special. Right, guys?
Yeah.
We're all special.
I wonder, I was really shocked when Lisa Marie Presley passed away at 54 years old. And then when I saw the shots of her, she was at the Golden Globes 2 days before she passed, and she did not look well. And I'm thinking, 54 years old. I remember that was 4 years ago for me.
Yeah, she's the same age as me. There's only a couple days difference between the two of us.
It was like, what the hell? They're doing so it's really sad to me.
It is. But when that rapper went, and people started circulating those pictures of all the smiling Robin Williams and John Candy, all of the smile. This is what depression looks like. And it's out there. So this is just and I was talking to somebody about ADD and ADHD and autism, and this is just another reminder to be there for people, to be aware that you never know what anyone else is going through, to reach out to the people that you care about and be supportive and just be there and care. You don't have to try to fix people, except maybe yourself.
Yeah. You never know. You never know what's going on. I used to smile all the time in the hardest times, and you smiling, and because you don't like I think most of us, when we're going through a hard time, we don't want people to feel sorry for us.
Right.
Yet we do need help, but we don't want to ask for help. And it's embarrassing or whatever it may be. And you just like, and people think, oh, it's not so bad. I mean, look, she's happy. He's like, yeah, I want to kill myself when I go home. Like you just don't know what people are going through, and you just have to have that little empathy button to push here and there. And but again, I don't know. I never heard anything about her like for years, and all of a sudden she's gone, and I was like, what? And then when I saw the videos of her talking, she wasn't slurring or anything like that, but her eyes looked funny, and she needed help to walk. So I thought, what the hell? Like, what's going on with this girl? She's only 54 years old. I was like,
anybody, anytime, any minute, I could pass away right now from a sliver of that Tiffany landscape stained glass window that I repaired. That's what would do it. It would be the Tiffany window. It would be a sliver that reached my heart. None of the other things I've done to my body over the years. No, it would be the Tiffany window. But any of us, any minute. And that's why it's so important to you're dead.
Yeah, I think yes. I think a lot of times, and social media can be daunting to a lot of people, to be honest with you. When we talk about LinkedIn, we talk about Facebook, we talk about all these social media things, right? And how you put stuff out there. But a lot of times when we see people on those channels, like you see sometimes smiling pictures with family, happy things. I mean, sometimes people will tell if they're, they will be vulnerable and talk about if they're going through a rough time. And I try to be there for those people. Yes. And that's okay. And that's good that you reach out like that. But like a lot of people, to Sandra's point, you just see a lot of the good sometimes on social media, but you never know what's really going on in somebody's life. Right. So like, that's why we talk about reaching out and saying hi and checking in with your friends and just seeing how things are doing. And I always put my phone number out there here and there on LinkedIn and say, call me if you need anything, DM me. Like, I don't care. I'm never too busy if you just need to talk. And if I'm doing something, we'll find time to make it happen. Right. So we can kind of speak. But, there's also things too that I've heard the stories about people who don't want help, right? I mean, so if you're trying to help somebody out and they just don't want it, like you never want to force yourself on somebody. So like just say, okay, you know what? I understand. I just want you to know that I'm here for you if you need anything. Please don't hesitate to reach out and I'll let you do your thing, but just know that I'm here, right? Because when people start forcing themselves on, say, no, you need help, like we need to do this, like then they start feeling like they're backed into a corner. And that's when things can even be worse because they're telling you straight up, like, I'm okay. Like, I'll tell you if I need help. Don't worry. I'm glad you're there for me. Thank you. Leave it at that. Right. So I think that's important to know too, is that sometimes we want to just push ourselves on people and try to help as much as we can, but it's okay to sometimes just kind of let people breathe and let them know you're there for them.
I am so on board with that, and that's what I talk about with grief. It's like, you got to be really careful because sometimes you don't. Like, I didn't want help. I wanted to feel it all because after 22 years with the same person that I loved completely, I didn't want to not feel what I felt because I had never felt that before. I wanted to go through that. I didn't want somebody fixing me. I because I didn't need to be fixed. I needed to understand that now my life is different and I will be okay, but I'm allowed to feel what I feel. I don't want to smile right now. Maybe tomorrow, but it should be my choice. It shouldn't be forced upon the person. Like, feel what you feel and allow that, and just kind of read the room. Sometimes there are those people, like, again, it's not like I was a drug addict or anything. I was going through grief, but I'm assuming, because I'm not an expert on this, that somebody that is a drug addict or needs help, sometimes they do need that intervention. They need support because they don't have the capacity to do it themselves. They're in an altered state because of that. So I'm not an expert on that, but as far as grief is concerned, am I frozen again? I don't.
Yeah, a little bit, but we can still.
That's okay. We can hear you. It's all that matters. You'll freshen up. There you go.
I'm frozen.
You're back.
But it's like, shut up, Sandra. We can't hear you. Can't see you. But anyway, that's just. We have to really just be aware that not everybody gets fixed.
We got here from, the Chris Bogue, the Madonna and the Chris Bogue video, because it's not always grief or terrible things going on in the life. Sometimes it's just that you are so creative, or that you just can't, there's so many different levels to mental health. It's just important to remember that mental health matters. And that so many of these brilliant creators out here, it's a very challenging thing. You're putting yourself out there. You make yourself vulnerable. This had a lot of amazing creators. Brock started, this was a social Saturday. It was 5 days ago, whatever, the weekend. And incredible people here creating incredible stuff of all sorts. Taz is in there on the bottom. And
what I thought was really funny about this picture was his shoes.
Yeah, it got cut off because Luke Matthews and Taz are his feet, because he's standing on the shoulders of them. It's a brilliant post. I'll be posting the links, in the later posts about these, but there's just so many incredible creators creating out here, and it's difficult. So many of them make these wonderful tips for having coffee chats. Right?
Nor Nazmi. Yes, I think we're connected, actually. Very cool.
So this is something I wish I had when I started my first few coffee chats. I think you were one of my first ones, Sandra. I was like, what is this about? And I don't even know. I'm like, hello? What? So she made a post that has some guidelines, like interviews, you need to kind of be focused and prepared. You can wing it. But if you really want to, get connected and get to know folks, know a few of the guidelines and have some preparation, look at the profile, because it's about connection, right?
Right.
Well, really quick, actually, just looking at the comments here. Wendy, I saw you shared that website for having conversations where we're talking about, so thanks for sharing that. And Igwe Augustine says, tomorrow's not promised. Each day, try to make peace with God and yourself and people around you. I really like that quote. Thanks for sharing that. I love it. Tomorrow is not promised. You're right. I mean, we're all here today, and we got to make the most of what we have. And Liza, sorry to hear about your husband. She said that she lost her husband of 30 years. Very sorry to hear that. It's just, like I said, we're all going through things, right? But back to the content stuff. I mean, there's some great creators out there. I mean, I've seen some of Brock's stuff. I've seen some of Nora's stuff. I think Brock is actually, what is he? Isn't he the cousin of Luke, I think, or something like that? Luke Williams,
That's
I think.
What it says. Luke Matthews.
Something like that. Okay. That's what I thought. Gotcha. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. Lately I've been looking at for content, actually, I've been looking at a lot of just new people making content and just trying to support those people, because I made a post about this a while ago. Like, as much as it's cool to be connected with the people who have 50,000 followers, 75,000 followers, whatever, like, I like to comment on the people who got 300 followers, 500 followers, who are just getting their journey started. And because those are the people I feel like who need the engagement. They're getting out of their shell. They're finally making content, and I want to support those people the best way I can, because that's the future of content creators, right? So we all have to start somewhere. So
I think these were below 10,000, but there's some threads that some folks have done for folks, promoting folks under 5,000 or under 1,000. Or the first 100, I connected with a handful of people today that were at like 2 and 4 and 500, and that's where we started. That's where I was in July, just in July.
Yeah. And the biggest thing I tell people all the time is, like, if you're just thinking of what I can create to start, and if I want to post something, just introduce yourself. Like, the easiest way you can. Introduce yourself, say hi, talk about what you are, who you are professionally, what do you like to do personally, what are some hobbies of yours. Just introduce yourself, and then talk about what you have passions for. And then from there, just make posts that you're passionate about, things that you do enjoy. And I promise you, people are going to find you one way or another. There's somebody who's going to always find something related to you, and they're going to appreciate what you have to say. And that's the beauty of content. We all are able to just talk about whatever we want to talk about, and don't worry about a stupid algorithm. I'm throwing it out there. Don't worry about that. Just post
don't get
and
caught
have
up
fun.
in the numbers. Just be real and have conversations and
Especially-
share
Yes.
things
Yeah.
that bring you joy that you care about.
And don't compare yourself to other people because
Right.
Comparisonitis really doesn't, it's not, we don't have a pill for that.
No, we don't. But yeah, do your own. Yeah, do your own thing. Do your own thing. Don't compare yourself to others. You're where you need to be because that's where you are at right now. Like you start worrying about other people, then you start getting caught up in their business, and you don't focus on yourself anymore. And that's when things can start to go downhill. Just focus on you and support the people around you, but don't compare yourself. Everyone's where they're at for a reason. We're all here for a reason.
It's so hard on social media because it's designed. It has us wired. We're making judgments faster, more judgments and faster judgments every day, all the time. And this is designed to do that. And that's part of the fatigue that we're getting. There's science behind this too, folks. I'm not just talking out my.
No, right.
It's like we're constantly having to make judgments, and that's why it's wise to limit your screen and scrolling time and to be intentional about how you're using your phone and your devices and not letting them use you.
Very true. That's what a wise man once told me. Very good. Yes. Well, there you go.
A wise man and a wise man.
There you go. Yes.
And
so
one way to get away is to create in a different way with some art, maybe like Aubrey is sharing with 365 days of creativity. And she loved this piece with the circles kind of very LinkedIn-ish, our journey here. You can sign up at Art Therapy NC for North Carolina. .com/365 creativity or follow her here on LinkedIn. It's wonderful. Lydia's doing a 365 thing too. I'll probably shout her out next week. I didn't have time to slide her in. Of awe, I think it is. Do you remember, Jamie, Lydia's 365 awe?
I don't remember it, unfortunately. I have to refresh my memory. But a shout out to Lydia. Yes, Lydia, you're an awesome person. Thank you for joining our positivity room every week and doing the meditation thing. And speaking of positivity, we had a great audio event today again with me, Zion, Ennie, Simona, and Isa, and we do it every week, and it was great. We went for almost 2 hours today sharing stories of positivity and seeing some of the regulars that were in there that were sharing stories, and it's always just a good way to start the weekend is to talk about positivity, and I love it. I'm glad we do it every week. It's just great. We need that. We all need positivity and just to vent sometimes and just get it out and then just start the weekend, right? So
yay!
I love it.
I say
yes.
Yay!
Yeah.
And
Yay.
You know what? I love that, Jamie. I love that. Positively. And shout out to all those folks you just mentioned. Yes, Lydia's is 365 days of awe. Hashtag 365 DAYSOFAWE. So there you go. Check that out too. If you have any shout outs, drop them in the comments, especially if you're here on replay. Please say replay and add your shout outs or your something you're celebrating this week. Feel free to add them in there, drop the comment. That's what this is about. We're here to share, to celebrate, to care, to give shout outs, to make announcements, to promote ourselves, which you'll be getting from me in a little bit, and jam sessions with Jamie. And Sandra's an incredible coach, and we all know incredible people, and we're here to care and share and have fun. Yay.
Yes. And I had I think I had like 5 coffee chats this past week. So like Naomi Warren, trying to think, Tracy Dance. I'm looking at my list, Dawn Lewis, Atul Roy. He's somebody all the way from India that we're about a 12-hour difference. And we had a great coffee chat, my first one all the way from India, which was awesome. So I was able to talk to a lot of great people this week in coffee chat and just share stories. It's been great. I mean, I love coffee chats, honestly. I try to do one a day, actually. I set my calendar up for one a day and just try to do a half hour a day with somebody. It's amazing. I mean, I'm learning so much from people. It's a lot of fun. I love it.
I haven't had that many. I had a bunch rescheduled this week. There was a unicorn event on Wednesday, and then I've been doing this pitch club thing that I talked about last week. It was my second week of doing a pitch, and I just, I'm getting better at talking about myself and what I do. And it's great to have practice. There's people that run public speaking schools and stuff that come and give you feedback. And it's a pretty awesome way to grow. as a public speaker, as someone presenting what they do, because I can get tied up in words and have word vomit and, cause my audience to blank out. But I have dreams, I have visions. I'm going to be on the stage. I have people to help become happier, healthier humans. So I've got to work on my art, Brendan Burchard talked about how he would just be in his room reading because he used to be so shy and not adept. And now he can just get up there and talk about it and just need a few bullet points, right? But he didn't start that way. So when you see, back to what we were talking about, when you see people like, don't be afraid, go back to their early feeds and look, we all start. So look at the first episode of this, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's come a long way. It's come a long way. More people have joined, and yep. Once again, we all have to start somewhere, but it's a matter of starting. It kind of goes back to the thing where I always hear people say, like, I'm waiting for the right time, right? Well, let's be honest, there's never, and I'm going to make a post about this eventually, actually, I was thinking about it, but like, you keep saying that over and over again. A lot of people say, I'm waiting for the right time, waiting for the right time. Well, there's never sometimes just a right time. Like, just do it, right? Just make that right time today if you can make it. Like, make it tomorrow, right? Don't just wait for that right time. The right time could be today, and you just got to start somewhere, and that's the right time, and everything just goes from there. So I think that's so important that we just, we step out of our shells and we just do things that maybe make us uncomfortable, but realize that if it doesn't go well, or we fail and we get knocked down, we get back up and we just try again, right? And that's what it's about.
Oh, there's so many shout outs that, I've seen so many posts, and there's what's her face that did a video in the hot dog costume. What's her face? Yay, that Yahoo. And she was talking about that, and she was in a hot dog costume in the video, and it was great. And there was another post, I can't remember who did, that was talking about just that there isn't the right time. You can't wait. The right time is now. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now.
Right. Exactly. I agree. It's like, what does it say? When you, people, like, when they want to buy something, a new TV or things like that, I always think it's funny because they're like, well, I'm going to wait till next year when the next best thing comes out. And I'm like, well, you know what? Like, nothing's ever promised. There's always going to be something better out there, right? Like, sometimes you just gotta, you gotta just buy something that you enjoy, or if you want it now, like, get it. Because you can keep saying, well, next year I'm going to get this, but next year I'm going to get this. It's like, there's always going to be something better. We're never going to stop. Like, you're never going to have the last TV ever made. There's always going to be new stuff coming all the time. Like, you're never going to get the very last television or whatever,
Remember rabbit ears TVs?
Yeah, exactly.
Stand there, hold that antenna so I get better. You just stay right there. So, okay, the reason I did this is because the right time to make an announcement about something I'm participating in isn't the one for February 10th with Muji and Neela and I. It's the one I don't have a slide for, but you do want to go to this. Creating the Right Workplace, their personal culture as creatives with Muji and Neela and I, February 10th. I'll remind you again next week. But this coming Thursday, I'm going to be on What's Your Story with Tanya Buckme, and I totally spaced until this conversation about the right time, and it's like, oh, when she was on and she thought I was that week, I'm like, no, it's the end of the month and it's coming, and then I had that double booked and I had to rearrange some appointments, but yeah, coming this Thursday to screen near you.
What's your story?
4 p.m. Pacific time, whatever time that is. Look it up. Tanya Bugbee, What's Your Story with Wendy S. Wiseman. Yay!
That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Yes, Tanya.
I got a lot of stories.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear them.
Is that your first one that you've done?
With her? Yes.
Not with her. With because I asked you to do my show like back in July when we first met, and you did never did. You weren't ready. You weren't ready.
My dad passed and things. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we didn't know each other that well at that point. So
yeah, that kind of I was lined up for a few things, and that kind of slowed down the fourth quarter, the third and fourth quarter of the year for me. But
of course it would.
yeah, it does. It did. a lot, but I'm still here. We're still here, and you'll have another show, or we'll do something, and you're here with me,
Yeah,
and whatever.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't
Yeah.
I haven't done a show this year. I just not feeling it in the same way.
So it's not the right time.
It's just not the right time. I did
Yeah.
34 episodes. I think that's a lot. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to do something too. Maybe Sandra, if you ever want to do another show sometime, whatever, I'll be a guest on it too.
We
It'd be a
can do
lot of fun,
one-offs,
Always
just
some
do
good things going
one-offs
on.
instead of a regular.
My idea that I had a few months ago was shooting the shit with Sandra.
Yeah, I love that. We love
I
that.
I love it.
in my head, and I thought, but that might be too close to what you're doing here.
No, and no, it would not be at all. But it would be awesome, and it should happen. You should at least try it once.
Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling anything right now. I've got so
February
much.
29th, or
This month is crazy. It would have to be, and I just partnered up with my partner to do this masterclass. So because that's a new thing,
yeah, takes more bandwidth.
My mind is like scrambled eggs. It's
a lot.
This is the longest I have. Like, I went 2 days without posting. That's a lot for me. That's a lot.
Schedule it for February 29th.
What? Oh,
shooting the shit with Sandra.
I'm gonna
there isn't one this year, so schedule it for February 29th. Come on, everybody, join us for Shooting the Shit with Sandra on February 29th, 2023.
Yeah. And,
I love it, though.
My mom told me I was supposed to be born on February 29th, but I was a few weeks late. I was born on March 12th, so
you were right on time.
She was like, get that.
A March baby. Okay, I'm March 24th, so I'm right 12 days after you. So 12th, 24th. Look at that. That's fun.
Aries, right? That's
I'm in Aries, yes.
I'm a Pisces. I'm a fish.
Busy. Aries power.
Yes, Aries the Ram. We're hard-headed, I guess, is what they say. I don't know. I don't listen to too much horoscope stuff, but I like the idea though. Shooting this shit with Sandra. I like it. I actually, I don't keep talking about it, and I gotta start doing it soon. See, I keep talking about it. I haven't done it yet, but like, I want to do a late night jamming with Jamie weekly thing, and I don't honestly like. I want to do something like Wendy's doing here, but the difference is like, I want to do something where I'll have one guest on there, and it's like a talk show, like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, right? And I just ask people like what their background's like, how did they get into their job? Tell me about yourself, and then throughout the show, I'm gonna have little segments that the guest doesn't know about, like this or that, where you tell me what you like, this or that, or like we spin a wheel and there's a fun thing like True Truths and a Lie, and we make it fun, but PG, not adultish or anything, but like we have fun with it, and it kind of gets the guest out of their shell a little bit, and it just lets people see a different light of them, and we make it fun at the talk show. So I kind of want to do something like that. I just have to get it all going and figure out how I want to do it.
You're watching and learning.
I love that.
Yes.
Did you see Trevor's post about the many different hats? Oh yeah, because you were talking about reading the bedtime stories. Yes. Yes,
reading to my daughter. Yes. I love it. Yeah, Trevor said he was going to start the 808 show, bedtime stories from Trevor. I was like, perfect. How much do you charge? I'd love to see it. I said, does Trevor like green eggs and ham? You'll have to wait and see, Sam. I am. And it was
Yay!
Oh, I had all those books. Where are those books? Probably in my storage in San Diego. I realized I've had storage in San Diego. Well, it was in Toronto. Then my girlfriend packed it up, and then they moved it to San Diego. It's been there since 1994.
It's going to be a box of surprises, isn't it? Wow.
The amount of money that I'm spending on this stuff, but it's my childhood stuff. It's where that's why the photos that I've been sharing, like the one I shared of my dad just a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Or from my brother's Facebook posts. Like I'm stealing photos from my family because I don't have anything with me.
We're gonna have to plan a Shooting the Shit with Sandra's storage unit in San Diego. How many S's can we throw in there? Social Shindig.
Hey, storage doors.
San Diego.
I told Sandra, I love San Diego. I haven't been there since 2015, but we used to go 2 to 3 times a year when things were great for us, and then the bottom fell out. But the last time we were there was 2015, And I just like, I want to get the storage thing. I would even pack it up, move it here so I can throw stuff out because I know there's a lot that I need to throw out. But Tanya says, let's do a live in San Diego when you come. Oh yeah. But
yeah, Sandra, you need to go to San Diego and stand in different locations and take a picture and see if people can guess who you're and they can say, where in the world is Sandra in San Diego?
Where in San Diego is Sandra?
I love that. I love
like Carmen San Diego, right? Speaking of Dr. Seuss, though, I will say one of my favorite quotes of all time is actually from a Dr. Seuss book. And I think the book it's from, I can't think of, maybe it's The Cat in the Hat, but he says, today you are you, that is truer than true. There's no one alive that is youer than you. And I love that line because yeah, I love that line because it is. You are you. There's nobody youer than you. You are who you are. Nobody's like you. You're one of a kind, right? So I love that line. I mean, Dr. Seuss, I mean, think about it. As goofy as he was with some of his lines and the things in his books, like there's a lot of lines in his books that are just like very relatable and they're interesting, you know?
That was my childhood. I love Dr. Seuss.
In fact, you might hear that in my words and my writing sometimes.
Yeah. Dr. Seuss was part of what I grew up with. I read Shel Silverstein books like The Giving Tree, where the sidewalk ends, all those poems. What else did I read? I was a big, I loved the book Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. I don't know if anyone's heard of that book. That was a classic to me. That was a kid's book. But yeah, there's a lot of fun. You know, I mean, we grew up with some of these, you know, some of these storytellers and these writers, and it's just amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Now I got my daughter reading books called Pete the Cat and all these like weird books. I'm like, where do these books come from? I'm like, Daddy, read Pete the Cat, Pete the Cat.
Like us writing them?
Yeah, exactly. We got Baby Shark out there these days. Oh gosh, geez, I'm done with Baby Shark. I'm telling you, goodness.
I've heard a bunch of these jokes already. I think you must have used this page at some point.
Oh, have I? You're looking at some of the dad jokes. I must have maybe.
I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. My client was telling me about this guy he worked with that was a super joker, and he would take this guy's uniform home and like sew it a half-inch smaller, like stitch the waistband. So that when the guy put it on the next day, he thought that he'd gained weight, and then he'd do it a little more the next week, and then he'd let it all out, and the guy would be like, "Oh, I suddenly."
Jeez.
Like, that's a lot of work for a prank, man. It must have been pre all of this internet stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody would stop scrolling long enough to do that anymore, right?
Oh man, I've seen a lot of those pranks and the different things on like YouTube and stuff like that.
That's right. Now they do it to put on the internet. See, I don't spend enough time scrolling, or I would have known that. Thank you, Jamie.
Yes, no.
They're really upsetting. Like when you see certain pranks, it's like it makes me cringe, and I have to like scroll past because
people get hurt.
Yeah,
that milk crate one that had TikTok. One of my friends broke her arm or something. It's like people get really hurt with this shit.
I'm not.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid ones out there. People just do them for views, and it's just. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, maybe I'm speaking my age, right? But I mean, you know, a lot of the younger generations, like they flock to these people's profiles, and I don't know, they think it's funny, and then they just keep. But all it takes is one person to the wrong person, right? And you record it, and then you end up getting hurt. And I've seen stories like that too, where people have gotten hurt from them, and they have to think about it, right? But there's one guy out there who actually is a very smart guy. His name's Mark Rober, I think Rober, and he does a thing once a year, and he actually does a really good prank actually to help people. He makes these like fake boxes. Because like there's a lot of porch pirates. There's a lot of porch pirates out there. People who steal Amazon boxes, right? Yep. So like he makes fake ones. Yep. You've seen them. Yeah. And then he records them. He puts like 4 cameras in the boxes, like glitter inside, stink fart smells, like all sorts of things. And they take it home, they open it up and they talk. And then all of a sudden a big alarm goes off and it says 10, 9, 8, and then goes to 1. And then all of a sudden glitter shoots out all over the person's house. The fart spray comes out, like, and then they have to run run outside and throw it in the dumpster and like, what's going on? We got pranked. And like, it's hilarious. Like the guy teaches people a lesson to stop stealing boxes outside of people's houses, like Amazon and things like that, you know? So crazy.
That I'm not opposed to.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not opposed to that. Anybody who does that deserves it.
I agree.
It's not harmful. It's embarrassing and it's not pleasant, but it's not like you're hurting somebody, like, you know, in a bad way. But at the same time, they're stealing. You know, like, I don't understand that. I just don't understand that at all. It's not yours. Like, just don't do it.
People be rude.
That's crazy. Drives me crazy, that kind of stuff. I just, you know, you can't get in the brain of somebody who does things like that if you don't do things like that. It's not even a thought. Like, what is that about? What is that about? It's not yours.
Yeah.
You know? Because, you know, we work so hard. You know, when you work hard for stuff and you it's like for me, I didn't have, like, I had a lot at one time and then I lost everything and I had to work so hard to just, and I'm still paying off debts. I'm still like, it's not like I should be buying anything at this point, but once in a while you just want to make yourself feel good and you buy something. And the fact that you're just working really hard to get to something small, like even like a shirt, you know, and then if somebody takes that, it's like, you know, what's that about? Like, it's annoying. It's really annoying.
And it hurts.
Yeah, and the thing is too, you don't.
Then someone stole it. That hurt. It's
yeah,
hurtful.
and the thing too is these people who are taking these boxes and things. Well, first off, I mean, I'm not saying it's right by any means, but like, first off, you have no idea what's in the box. I mean, like, what if it's literally nothing? What if it's nothing of value to you and you just wasted all the time? You get arrested for something silly where it's just like, I don't know, whatever, something very small, $5 item or something. But on the sad part too, you could be taking somebody's like maybe like a medicine or something they need for their health.
That. They steal prescriptions. There were a lot of problems with that with my friends in San Francisco, even within the building they lived in. It's really rough stuff. And, you know, we get into the seniors, but when you're stressed about these things, I've got something to help you every day.
What's that?
Taming Your Tension today. Live little snippets of tension taming, stress relieving. Yay me. And if you miss the daily broadcasts or, you know, the quality's annoying you, I've found it's my Wi-Fi connection. I'm working on getting better quality. You can find all of them at youtube.com @tamingyourtension/streams. And I would love if you'd go ahead and subscribe and wait anxiously with bated breath for the rest of my videos and shorts to start appearing.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's good. I love it. I see your little videos pop up, and it's always the thumbnails. The thumbnail is always a big smile from you. I love it. I love it. That's great. You're getting that. You know, you're getting that traction every day of people knowing that, like, you're going to post a little snippet video and share something. That's the importance of being consistent where you can, right? You're doing it on a daily basis.
Practicing daily, working out some of these tech issues, you know, the quality on some, you know, remember your microphone's not muted. Remember to push live. You know, all these little things.
The time that Wendy's computer crashed 4 times during our broadcast, and I was all by myself.
And now I do the backup so that, you know, in case.
Yeah. I believe I was all by myself once with somebody. I'm like, okay, Wendy's gone, so let's continue.
Dropped off too.
Yeah, I'm like, hi everybody, we're still live, we're still going, and then Wendy just popped right back on again, and she came right back. I was like, good, we didn't interrupt anything. See, so you never know when technology is gonna take a dump on us, but we work with what we got and we just keep going, right?
Yep. Keep on going and better and better. And once we get the hang of it, it's going to change anyhow. Right?
Very true. Very true.
Mistakes are fun. The mistakes are normal, and the mistakes, people love it. They love to laugh, and they go, when you can laugh at yourself, people laugh with you. It's if everything is so perfect and so in line, and it's not fun. Like, who wants that?
Very true. Very true. Everyone makes mistakes. That's okay.
Human.
I love it. This has been fun conversation so far. We kind of covered we've talked about a lot of different things actually tonight.
That's
It's been pretty
right.
interesting.
We
That's
got
what I love.
a good chemistry here. A nice little soiree.
Yes, soiree. I love it. That was one of my ideas way back when. I didn't do it to do a Sunday networking post called the Sunday Soiree, but I never did it because I put it out there at one point and said, would people be interested in it? And I actually had several people say, what's a soiree? And I said, okay, I'm not gonna, yeah. So I'm like, we're good. A late night dinner type thing is a soiree or whatever. So I'm in a late night networking post. But
it's fun to say soiree.
it is. It is.
It's very
I like
French.
that.
Come to my
I
soiree.
like that word. Yes. French got some amazing words. Yes.
My stress-soothing soiree. I put
Ooh.
soiree in the description when I put the slides up today. I did. I changed a few words and I threw soiree in there for you, Jamie.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. Tomorrow we have Social Saturday soiree. So come join and network and come join all the fun Social Saturday posts that are all over LinkedIn and make sure you make some new connections and have some fun. This
kicks it off. It's Yay Day because it is already Social Saturday in some parts of the world, which is part of why this is Yay Day. It's a Georgia's not doing her Social Saturday posts anymore. That was one of the first ones, right? To come in on Friday night. But This is here to kick that off for folks that participate in Social Saturday. I'm going to be at work, but I'm going to post a Saturday in the Park post. That's my Social Saturday thing. Besides this,
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes,
Saturday.
you are working.
Remember 8 Tracks? There was I like to tell the story with Stevie Wonder. My sherry amor. But somebody called me out. They were like, that song didn't do it. Because he had played that 8 track so many times. He knew that is not where the 8 track flipped tracks. It was actually a Chicago 8 track. So Saturday in the Park. I think it was 8 tracks. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
They were everything back then. They were it.
But they do that. Drop in the song. Oops, she froze again.
There she is. We see her.
The 8 track broke her.
I want to be in that. I want to be in that area that is Sandra's background. That just looks very peaceful with the water, with everything coming down. Yeah. Oh, see, I thought it was just a green screen. I didn't realize it was a physical background. See.
Wow. On Amazon.
You can wrap yourself up in that waterfall and that beautiful scene. Huh?
I love it.
It was not a fake background.
Yes.
Mine isn't either.
Well,
but
this is not a virtual background either, and I know I am not in jail as much as it looks like it. It's not a jail cell, okay? This is another room of the house.
We like it's a soiree with French doors.
There we go. Yes, you're right. Exactly. Yep. I hide out in here for this episode so I don't wake up Olivia, who's in the other room next to us. So gotta kind of keep it quiet here where I can.
I guess that OBS thing that Lakshay was showing me is where I could go to change my background. I'm gonna play with that someday. Not a priority right now. I got distracted. My brain went away for a minute. I kind of like this background. Hey, did you see my newsletter this week? It was Connect for Relief. Connect for Relief. It's very nice. Timing Your Tension newsletter. Subscribe, please. Thank you very much. I'm at over 1,700 subscribers so far. Speaking of newsletters, did you see Julie's with Mathilde Bernard Funk today? Julie does the LinkedIn Connection every Friday. Julie Moray. And if you didn't see it, check it out. It's a great one.
I did. Yes, I was actually. Yes, I was a guest on her thing, and we shared a lot of good information. She's going to be making a newsletter with me soon, and Julie, I'm sending you over some pictures of me soon. She keeps asking me for pictures. I'll send you one. Here, let's take a screenshot here. So yeah. Wow. So Wendy, you have I think I'm subscribed to it. I got to double check. If not, I'm going to do it tonight. But you have over 1,700 subscribers to your newsletter.
I think that's what it said. Yeah, that it was so funny when I set it up. It was like before I even finished doing the first one, it went, like got like 800 or something really fast. Or it was very exciting. It helped me keep going because we all get that imposter syndrome, and you can a lot of people write about this, that the fact that as soon as you push post, you're like, oh, should I delete it? Sometimes, and I love the fact that people write about that because it's something that most of us can identify with. It's like,
yeah. It was like when I made my post about when I make 2 days ago about just like telling job seekers, this too shall pass and you're worth your weight in gold. And I did another one of my holding up my signs with the writing on it, which I guess that's my thing at this point. I mean, I like to do it. It's fun, and it's just it's just very me just writing on a piece of paper. But it's always good to have a message like that. And right when I posted, I think like 10 minutes later, that was when LinkedIn did its crash, right? And everybody was like, people were like, oh, should I delete my post? Should I do this? I'm like, I'm just leaving it up. Like, people still are seeing my stuff. Like, it's okay. I don't care, And, and then when they came back, it was, it was fine. It was still there. But, like I said, I don't really care about deleting stuff or editing things or whatever. If I goof up a word, it's fine, whatever. We're all human. We talked about it earlier, right? We all make mistakes. That's
I've deleted posts before because they weren't coming off as I intended. I could tell by the first comment or two. I'm like, oh, that is not at all what this is supposed to be. Bink, gone.
It's different.
Yeah. And I have edited some things that weren't quite right. And what I was just doing is this too shall pass. This using those words with the finger mudras helped me walking off to move through certain emotional states. And sometimes I'd use other 4 words, but the mudra, the pressure points, is incredibly helpful. And you can use I am okay or whatever serves you at that moment, at that day. I think I talked about it on one of my Taming Your Tension Today episodes, short sessions with terrific little tips like this. And yes, it's past 8, Sandra. I know you probably need a wine refill or a snuggle with Boo or snoozy time. Snoozy time for you.
No, it's yoga. Then I'll go to sleep. I haven't done yoga
from here to here.
I have been really lax on my yoga. I have to say this week, but I have had more to do this week than I've had to do in such a long time. So, whew. But anyway,
I'm looking forward to what you've got cooking that's scrambling your brain. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
yes.
It's in the works, but it's going to be a couple of months down the road. Yeah. But
I know how the process goes. I'm cooking myself.
But this has been a wonderful. It's my first collaboration, so it means a lot to me to work with somebody that I just met on LinkedIn. Like, that's crazy to me, and I don't even know her as well as I know other people. But when a connection
sometimes it's better.
Happens for a reason, and I'm going with it. So.
You just jump in the deep end. Yeah, just jump in the deep end, and if you feel good about something, you do it, and you see if it works out, right? I mean, I have some ideas too, and I just got to make it happen. And maybe I got to find some collaborations out there. I mean, I know so many good people out there, right? And everyone's kind of doing their own thing.
Your lap?
This one really did, because I'm all about this is like up my alley, actually. Like, I like things like this where like I could just be me. I don't need to be professional. I can have fun on here and just kind of shoot the shit with everybody, right? I mean, this is who I am. That's why I have my talk show idea, because like that's just my personality, and who I am. So.
Make it so.
We got to make it happen.
If I'm the captain of this ship, and I'm telling, number 2, make it so. Yes, I totally did just Picard, you guys. And on that note, let's wave away. I've got to sleep. I've got an early shift tomorrow, and it's time for us.
Let's Star Trek our way out of here, everybody. All right, let's do it. Live long and prosper. There we go.
Nanu, not with my left hand. With my right, I could. But I'm mousing around. Bye. See you next week.